everyone, in today's video I'm going to be using the new Jeffree Star palette, the Androgyny palette. This is his neutral palette and the colors look amazing. I mean, we have like this plum color, the gold, this palette up here, this first line up here looks, you know, like a neutral palette, but then these down here, this is where it's at. These are amazing and I can't wait to play with these colors. But without further ado, let's jump into this St. Patrick's Day inspired tutorial. So you guys can see I already did one eye. I'm only going to do this eye on camera because I don't want this tutorial to be like 5 hours long. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my eyes with the NYX eyeshadow base. This is in the color, what shade is this? Skin Tone. I'm going to take this BH brush. It's like a flat concealer brush. I'm going to mix. I'm going to get that on my brush. I'm going to cover my whole eyelid. The color I'm going to use to set my eyelid and start off as a base for my eyeshadow is Beaches and Cream. It's a makeup peak shadow and it is actually from my Milani palette. And a lot of you know, if you know Jeffree and you know Milani, that they're having a collab together. So I thought it was funny that I'm using a shadow from his palette and I'm using the Androgyny palette. One day I hope they do an eyeshadow palette tutorial. One day I hope they do an eyeshadow collab together because I can only imagine how amazing that would be. So I'm just going to get that on a fluffy brush. I think this is a Sedona Lace brush EB13. And I'm going to set the eyeshadow primer. The first shadow I'm going to use from the Androgyny palette is Charm. I'm going to use a Luxie brush. This is the Luxie Tapered blending brush. And then I'm just going to focus that above the crease. First I like to pack it on, kind of see where I want it, and then I'll start to do back and forth motions to blend it out. The next color I'm using, the eyelid color, is going to be the shade Military. I am going to get that on a BH Cosmetics brush and then I'm just going to pack that all over the lid. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Luxie blending brush and I'm going to get some more of that green color, the Military color. So I'm going to blend it out into Charm and into my crease. I'm going to go back in with that Luxie brush that I used to apply Charm and I'm going to blend in Charm and Military right here above the crease. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the top part of Charm because that is a pretty harsh line I have going on right there. I'm going to go back in with Beaches and Cream and I'm going to blend that out. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some black eyeliner and I'm going to apply black liner to the waterline and to the top inner part of my eye, and that's called tight line. So I'm going to tight line the top and I'm going to put some on the waterline. To set the black eyeliner on my waterline right here at the bottom, I'm going to take the color Dominatrix on a little tiny concealer brush from Wet n Wild. And then I'm just going to press that into the bottom underneath the lash line. The last part for this eyeshadow look is I'm going to take Dominatrix. I'm going to take a little eyeliner brush. This is another Sedona Lace brush. So one of the ways that I like to make an eyeshadow into an eyeliner if I don't have any of the products that are sold, I think Inglot has one and I think NYX, and I'm pretty sure everybody has a liquid that they sell so you can put it into your eyeshadow to make it an eyeliner. What I used to do, like way back in the day when I first started doing makeup, what I was taught to use if you don't have any of that stuff is to use pure glycerin. Like any products, just don't put it into your eye, but you can use for any eyeshadow that you want to make into a eyeliner. Or if you don't have any pure glycerin, you can just use water. All I'm going to do with my eyeliner, the gold eyeliner, is I'm going to go below where I have Dominatrix and then I'm just going to bring it up I took a little bit more of the little product that I made with the glycerin and the shadow, and I'm going to place them right here on the inner corner. I'm going to take a little black concealer brush from BH. I'm going to grab more of that gold. It's frosting is what I used for the eyeliner. I'm going to grab some of that on a brush and go over the inner corner to blend it out so it doesn't have such a harsh line where I placed it. So I applied my lashes. I'm going to... My eyelash glue is still drying. Don't mind that. It's white. It will dry clear. I'm using Duo. I'm going to apply lips. The last thing I'm going to do with this palette for this look is I'm going to highlight. I've seen a lot of people use his eyeshadows for highlighters, so I'm going to use the shade Frosting right here, the gold one that I used for the inner corner and the eyeliner on the outer corner. I'm going to use that to highlight my face. I think you're going to go in with just a very subtle highlight, and then you go in all over your face. Just gonna fix my hair really quick and I'll be back with the final look. So this is it. This is my super easy St. Patrick's Day look using the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!